Welcome ready to the 28th day of the 31 days of May, and that means it's time for the second episode, as you can see probably by the thumbnail here, the actual continuation of our basketball GM game, as we're playing as the Spirits of St. Louis. We've had 2 seasons so far, and they haven't been the best, but slightly better, and now I think we have a team that could actually pull it off, because okay, so as far as free agents go, our signing of Dave Rochek looks pretty good, even though he's 30. He might be somebody we trade pretty sooner than later. But DiGiorgio is unfortunately was a total failure. He just came in at 28, just a total loss. And him along with Spencer Haywood, who's also become a bust, are two people I'll probably trade away closer to the trade deadline. Mostly because I need to keep DiGiorgio on the roster until then because he was a free agent signing. But the interesting thing is if you look at the top players, just going by the player ratings, if you notice there's only a couple teams that have players all above basically the top 25 here. So Indiana has both Kareem and George Gervin, and I think they're the obvious favorites here. But Seattle actually has three. They have Otis Bergson, who was the player we probably should have traded for, drafted Mickey Johnson and Dennis Johnson, all in the top three. But we also have two, as we have both Moses Malone and Maurice Lucas here. So I think as long as we don't totally screw things up, we should be okay to actually be a somewhat reasonable team. We should make the playoffs, and if we don't, that might be a sign we are screwing things up. But on the good side, Bernard King is now a viable player, a viable starter, so we don't have to try to get rid of him. And we have a decent 6th and 7th man here. Butch Lee isn't terrible. Now the rest of these folks, we are going to move some folks around. Okay, so Haywood and Jorio, they're just not playing. And then to sort of get to a 10-man rotation, I'm going to drop everybody below 45 here to a basically a starting point, and we'll see how things go from there. Yeah, so we'll see how the season goes. So first week. Ooh, okay. Well, the fact we have 2 starters losing, that's not great. Yeah, that's not the best start, but we can't really control that, so and they'll be back soon enough. But 2-2 so far, not terrible. But yeah, let's go another week. Yeah, okay. So we're 5 and 6, despite still having a not great player. Okay, so looking at things, so okay, so Bob Elliott just might be a total loss because he's a -1 even with limited time. But Ron Carter actually looks like he might be not terrible, so we'll take him out of play. Lukowski will give another set of games here. Bernard King, yeah, okay, so let's move Rochus up. We'll also move Ron Boone up as far as playing time. This doesn't really matter as far as playing time. Bernard King so far, his 15 is about an average player. So right now, King's not doing great, but we also don't have another option. So we'll see how that goes as we go another couple weeks here. There we go. All right, so we're okay, and before we fully train things over, I'm going to go another week. Yeah. All right. We are doing better than we were before, but oh god, our players can't stay healthy. Okay, so we're 24 games in. Okay, so let's actually adjust things. Okay, so Lukowski, unfortunately, he seems to be a total bust here. Gerard, we can actually move up. Yeah. Honestly, Carter can move up a little bit. He's actually solid. Okay, so here's the question. Dandridge is actually playing better than King. So the question is, do we risk moving him up into the starting point, making Bernard King our 6th man? Now, the upsides of this would be possibly, because he's actually playing better, PER-wise. Actually, let me see here. Let me pull up both of their... There's no good way to pull up both of their stats here, is there? No. Okay, so we'll pull up King, and we'll pull up Dandridge in separate pages here. So, as both of them load up here. So, King, if we look at the advanced stats... let's see here. So far this season, okay, so PR is at 11, like it says. So far, 0.3 estimated wins at him. +3 overall, +2 and 1 on and off. Are we're actually he's barely a positive in win shares, and everything else he's a slight negative. So if we go to Dandridge's advanced stats. Okay, so Dandridge's already has wins. He's actually a plus. So this is interesting. So yeah, his offensive ratings are good. His defensive ratings are not that great, which is sort of the reverse. Like, I think it's worth trying him at least for the next couple weeks, and then we'll see how that fixes. Because there's a possibility that Dandridge is just really good at being a 6-man, but if we try to drop him into the starting lineup, he'll just fall apart. Because I've had that happen before, and this is being a little slow, which is unfortunate. But hopefully, yeah, there we go. Okay. And maybe Click King will come in better as a 6-man, because maybe he's not quite ready. And I think I can try trading away these guys as well. So actually, let's do that since they're being completely useless. So this will take a second to load up. Unfortunately, one downside of a browser-based game. So let's throw Spencer and Ernie. Oh, can I not trade him yet, or can I trade him yet? Okay, so and let's throw in this year's second round pick. All right, and just see if we get anything of reasonable, anything back at all. Because even if it's not that good, but it's cheaper, that'll be good for us, basically next season. But let's see what trade proposals we get. Okay, so basically nothing. Okay, so check Terry. I mean, Terry will be a decent he hasn't okay, also he's been terrible. Dyson isn't bad, and he'd be cheap. These guys are poo-poo platter of not great players. Okay, let's see who's actually playing the best right now. Okay, so right now, a combination of ratings and actual doing well. I think our best bet at the moment is... We're looking at Dyson. He only has a 10.7. Tim Clark's a 41-41. He's getting a 4.0 in limited action. And... Okay, so let's see what we get as far as options without throwing in the second rounder. I'm going to guess total crap, but it might be interesting total crap. So let's try that. Yeah, okay, this is processing the new trade packages. All right, so basically nothing. Ooh, Curtis Perry is interesting here because he's a 33rd. Okay, he's only playing 2 minutes a game. Never mind. Do the options get that much worse if we throw in our second round pick from next year instead of this year? Again, I don't really care about second round draft picks in the long run, but it's interesting to try here. So, everybody says, okay, so, okay. I mean, yeah, I'm looking for anybody who's playing any sort of decent number of minutes and not doing terribly. Yeah, I mean, okay. I think Clark works because he's an option even without us including our draft pick. So hey, or at least next year's draft pick. So there we go. And yeah, we'll see how that's going. And as the trade goes through, there we go. All right, so if we go back to our roster, all right, so Tim Clark, again, you get limited minutes. And we can also, honestly, yeah. Yeah, we're starting with limited minutes and we'll go from there. Again, I'm not, you know, all things considered, considering we've had some interesting injuries knock us out here, but we'll see how it goes. Let's see here. Come on, it's loading. It's loading. All right, so let's see. After just like you can usually tell pretty quickly if like this is a good option, and I mean, hmm, okay, King gets even worse on the bench, but he's not doing terribly there, and Dandridge is actually doing decent as a starter. Um, so honestly, it doesn't tell me one way or other. I'll do another week, and then we'll like sort of figure out where we're going here. Um, yeah, we'll look at standings and see what we're doing. All right, okay. Still not great. Okay, I mean, there's a win. Okay, so we're 18 and 20. So what's our basic problems here? Our basic problem is, well, okay, so you guys are still way below 10. So guess what? You don't get to play anymore. Uh, you can sort of like my cutoffs are here is like if you're above 15 playing in like limited minutes, I push you back up to like the main roster, sort of to the rotation. But if you go below 10, even limited action, it's time for you to like not play anything at all, basically. But yeah, all right. So yeah, I mean, it was worth a chance, and yeah, he can be basically trade bait here eventually. Um, so we're about 40 games in. So let's go ahead and check out the standings real quick to see what we're looking at. So standing wise, we're basically right at the edge here. So we're like 3 games back of the number 6 seed, which is the Cavaliers. Um, and yeah, wow, the Eastern Conference is just a total like okay, like yeah, any run or bad run could lead to a whole new team. Meanwhile, the Suns are completely kicking ass. So let me just see. Let's take a look at their roster. Okay, so they have Sigma, Westfall, Alvin Adams, Chucky Williams, and yeah, I mean these guys, yeah, especially Sigma and Westfall, they're just killing people. That makes sense. And yeah, they have like again 5 6 people, and then like again like their roster isn't that much different than ours. So I'm just wondering why it's doing better. Who knows? Um, yeah, what was the team? Oh yeah, why is Indiana like yeah? Because Indiana's like was like a title contender last year. What's happening to them? Okay, yeah, they just have they have two of the best players in the world, and then it's I don't want to say total crap, but yeah, it quickly gets to just fringe starters and people who should be on the bench. Okay, and no, also yeah, their top starter. Ooh, they just look like they did a trade here. So let me see what this trade was. Oh, okay. So Seattle traded away like a lot of their starters. Okay, so that explains a lot more. So they traded away JoJo White, who continues just to survive. Um, honestly, I probably just kept him. But yeah, okay. So and then they just traded for a starter here. So that's interesting. Um, so yeah, if I go to Seattle, who I think is also doing well. Yeah, they're 20. I mean, they're doing slightly better than we are. So yeah, they have JoJo White as a new starter, and now they have like a very solid like 8 man rotation. And a bunch of people they should basically probably just like get rid of. Even though I know the players aren't great at this. Let me see here. Trade proposals. Let me see if there's anything decent. Okay, so they want Ron Boone, who's doing pretty decently, and they'll trade me a poo poo platter of people. Same thing here. I mean, if I thought any of those players could actually be decent, yeah, same thing here. Ron Boone, 33, a bunch of younger players, including Tiny Archibald, but like, yeah, Boone's still good. I'm probably not going to resign him just because it'll be too expensive. And of course, hey, yeah, you'll take my best player. I mean, okay. Ooh, that's actually kind of interesting. Like, Phoenix thinks, even though they're running like away with this, if they like that makes no sense. Why would they do that trade? Like this seems like just a bad. Well, okay, I guess because of the money. Like yeah, we would be insanely okay. That makes sense. Um, honestly, sure. Like I don't get the trade here. I mean, yeah, Green is slightly better, but this guy's not going to do. Okay, yeah. Hey, I'll totally do that trade. Hey, Yeah. Hey, Mike Green, you can now be you can now basically be our number 7 player. Yeah. I don't like that seemed like a bad trade. Like, I mean, I'm sure maybe he'll go crazy, but I doubt he'll do that. Anyway, let's play to the trade deadline, right? Yeah, and see if there's anything at all we can do here. All right, let's rock and roll. Oof. Okay, so we're 50, and yeah, okay, so I mean, Mike Green, honestly, okay, so Ron Carter is not great. Mike Green is doing decently. Um, yeah, honestly, honestly, Mike Green can be the 6 man. Sorry, Bernard, you're just not doing that great this year. Um, but yeah, let me look at the not the standings here. Okay, so yeah, we're now we're still only 4 games out as Boston, Houston. Yeah, this is still a crazy race. Let's see what Phoenix has done. Yeah, Phoenix is still doing fantastic. Yeah, they're still blowing people out. But yeah, let's see how Seattle's done with our player here because we did trade him away. Um, I mean, okay, that's fine. I don't get why you're doing a lot better. Let me see. One other thing with our team, our finances. I forget. Did I edit this before the season when I played last time? Here, let's do. Yeah. And yeah, so we basically have the same roster for next year, which might not be great, but we can maybe trade some people away. All right, so God. So here's the choices we have to make. Like, could we maybe get somebody for Boone? Let's try. Because he is our oldest player. Like Danders is also old, but yeah. Okay, so what do we get if we just ask straight up for what trade packages do we get? Okay, a bunch of people who aren't quite as good. And, all right. I mean, Clemens is a possibility here, but yeah, he hasn't been as good. Uh, yeah, yeah. Boone's been a solid 17. So what happens if we throw in this year's second rounder? And we get Walt Frazier back, who's just as old, and but doing slightly worse. We get Marvin Barnes, who is randomly just doing great as a player on Denver. Okay, Randy yeah. Again, limited time, and I don't quite get it. Mike Gale, no. I mean, Jimmy Eakins is lots of players who, okay. I mean, Cassie Russell is actually not doing bad here, but he's older than even. Okay, let's see here. Do we get anything better if we throw in our second runner from Atlanta? Probably not because Atlanta is doing great, but we'll see if we get anything even in the same time in the same frame here. Not really. Okay. I mean, there's Clemens here, who's there's nobody even in the same world here. I mean, I guess there's Randy. Okay. Okay. Randy Smith is interesting because we get back a second rounder. Okay, so he's 33. Randy Smith is 31, but he also has been Yeah, it's not worth it. Yeah, I think we're sort of stuck with the team we have here. And here's the thing: like they haven't been, it hasn't been terrible. It's just a case of like actually, um, like yeah, like the problem is like if we lose any of our starters, like there's a big drop off here. So we'll just have to see what happens. Yeah, let's go to the All Star break. Okay, good. We actually had a good run there. So let's view your teams despite people being injured. Okay, yeah, that loaded up way too quickly. But all right. So Moses Malone makes the All-Star team for the first time because I think he was injured right at the start of the season. Let's see. Look at the two teams. Okay, Indiana did great. Seattle had two people. Golden State has two people. Barry and Wilkes. Phoenix has two. All right. Over on the other side, Elvin Hayes is in his 11th. San Antonio has Drew and Keenan and David Thompson. So yeah, there we go. Kent Benson on Boston. So first, if we look at the standings, okay, so now we're in the sixth seed. So good stuff. We've won 10 straight games in a row. Jesus Christ. Okay. And that's put us just enough to be in there. All right. I mean, obviously, since we're winning 10 straight, I'm not going to change anything, but let's just see how that's doing. Okay. Um, I mean, honestly, yeah, it's just putting King as a seventh man. Uh, yeah, Boone's doing great. Most Malone is doing great. Lucas is was just outside of an all star game most likely. So yeah, all right. Um, let's play another month. Well, let's play a week here just to see okay, 35 and 29, not bad at all. Um, again, until this starts going badly, I'm not going to adjust things at all because things seem to be working all right. Like yeah, we seem to have finally got a decent team here. Okay. Okay, so 30 and 70. So let me just check out the standings here. So we're probably, yeah, we're still a six seed. We're still Cleveland could make a run here, but we've gone 6 and 4, which is bad, not bad. Meanwhile, Phoenix, Pacers are yeah, again, I wonder has no Cream and they've played all the games. They just don't yeah, they have an even worse bench than we do. So that's why they're out of it. Phoenix, Seattle's doing great. San Diego, Golden State. Over here, Boston. Okay, Atlanta. Good stuff. Then if we go back to our roster, as that loads up and takes forever. Again, browser. Okay, so yeah. We'll do a week, and yeah, because yeah, Dangerous is doing good. Green, I mean Bernard King, hopefully he'll get another boost in the off season and be a actual starter, and we'll go from there. And yeah, let's actually play a week here. Come on, you can do it, game. Let's just play another week. Okay, 39, 32, 39, 33, 39, 34, 40, and 30. Okay, come work. Okay. Lucas is out, but we can still play this. Okay, so let me look at the standings. Ooh, Cleveland. That I don't like that. All right, so because they're on a really hot streak. Who is Cleveland's best player? Okay, Billy Knight can't be. So they're basically kind of the same team we have, except a slightly worse bench. Okay. Okay, we both lost, so I'm not that mad about that. Atlanta saved it. Phoenix, yeah, it's interesting. Kansas City and Milwaukee are both chasing after it. All right. Um. Oof. Ouch. That's painful. That's painful. Well, okay, we lost too. So, um, come on, we can do it. Another loss. That's unfortunate. We're now game and a half back. So let's go to the daily schedule. Okay. We need to. So hey guys. Hey. Hey, 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 You know how you're our best players. You're all getting jumped up here for the final games of the season because we need to win all of these to have an outside chance at pulling it off. So you, you, and you all get to play more. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to daily schedule. First, we're going to sim Cleveland's game. See if it's even a question. So they somehow beat Phoenix. Like, I don't care. Like, okay, so. Ooh, okay. Well, how did we do? Can we pull off the win here? No. All right. I think that is the season. That might be the. Yep, that's the season. All right. Well, and now the exact opposite here. Well, a very like God. This game kills me. All right, let's just play till the end until the playoffs. And yep, 44 and 38. Ah man, so close. Yeah, we were literally 2 games out. So yeah, if we look at standings, yeah, Boston ran away with it at the end, and yeah, we just had some bad luck there. Like they just got hot at the very end, and yeah, if we would have able to sort of hold it off. On the other hand, Seattle got hot at the end there. Oh, they won 11 straight. Did Phoenix have any injury trouble, or they were just, or did he just slow down? No, Westfall I know missed some games, but yeah, that's it. So Kansas City made it as a okay. So top heavy here, then Portland and everybody else, fairly even here. So let's go to the playoffs and see how the season goes. I'll go over the actual season here in a minute. All right, so on you can do it. All right, let's see if there's any big upsets here. Nope. Well, okay, yeah. Let's check out. It was chalk over here, but let's check out this Kansas City upset and see if anything happened with Golden State or if it was just a upset. I mean, Rick Barry like was injured, but he played almost the whole game. He still went 6 for 15. So I mean, I could just call this terrible shooting. Like, yeah, they went. And let's see here, previous. Okay, so Rick Barry went in here injured. Yeah, so Barry went into the okay, but Jamal Wilkes could have played it out. So just okay, so Barry, who is one of the better players, just wasn't quite good enough. Injured. All right, so we got Seattle, Phoenix. So if I'm the NBA, I want Seattle and Phoenix to pull it off, and Boston and Houston. Well, maybe Washington because Washington's a little bit of a bigger market, but we'll see. So just yeah, total sweep. Okay, and then Phoenix. Ooh, let me see here. Games. Ooh, both of these were game 7. So let's see what happens here. So first, Washington. They win 92-88. No injuries, and yeah, just let's see here. I mean, everybody does well. But yeah, just Chuck Robinson getting 24, and yeah, that's about it. And then for this game 7, wow, they just close them out at the end here. Where are there any weird like why did Boston? I mean, yeah, Boston had all their players, so yeah, no reason for them to blow it. But I guess Atlanta just did really well. I guess interesting. All right, go back to playoffs. So Seattle and Phoenix taking on Boston. Sort of has to be the favorite at this point, I think. And survey says Phoenix tie. Ooh, Wash. Ooh, big win for Wash. Okay. Wow. Phoenix like sort of blew Seattle out of the water here. Let me see. Did they? No. Okay. Seattle was just that good. All right, that makes sense. And here, was there any injuries with on Boston's side, or was this just Washington going out of their way to win? Yeah. Nope. Just Washington being the better team. Interesting. All right. So sort of a interesting finders, Phoenix and Washington. So let's go to the daily schedule. Let's sim the game. And let's go to the box score when it loads up here. All right, so Phoenix pulls it off, 107 to 97. And all right, so Phoenix, I mean, yeah, these guys are all good. Just they're that much better. Like Westfall goes 22 and 10. Sigma goes 18 and 13. So basically, Westfall and Sigma carry things. So 1-0 victory. And then if we go to the next game, it is a 88-80 victory. Okay, and Truck Robinson is slightly injured, so he misses half the game, which is not great for the Bullets. But yeah, still nobody really steps up. And meanwhile, on the other hand, Chucky Williams has a good game, 18 points. But yes, nothing too great here. All right, now we're going back to Washington. Can Washington pull off the victory here? Okay, big win, Washington. Yeah, things just don't fall for the other players. And here, yeah, Phil Sheener gets 19, Truck Robinson gets 18 and 13, Elvin Hayes gets 14 and 11. 5 block for Elvin Hayes, so yeah, good game. And can Washington pull it to even? Yes, they can. Wow, and this is just a defensive game. All right, and yeah, the shots aren't falling. Elvin Hayes gets 19-14. Larry Wright, their point guard, is now out for 6 games, but he'll probably still play. But yeah, tough. This might be a tough one for the Bullets if their starting point guard goes out. Now, a big win, 107-81 for Phoenix here, and yeah, Ernie Grunfeld comes in and he does decent, like not terrible, but not bad either. Yeah, this is just a balanced attack. Alvin Adams gets 21 and 12, and yeah, big game. Good win for Phoenix. And the question is, can Bullets force a game 7? And the story is, can they? They can. 125-98. They come up big. Truck Robinson goes crazy. 34 points, 9 rebounds, 4 steals. Just goes crazy to win this. All right. And Larry Wright comes back. So if we go back to the daily schedule, let's see how this final game 7 goes. I still think the Suns pull it off here, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Bullets do either. On. Load up. So let's just go to the end of the first quarter. And at the end of the first. Okay, Bullets up by 5. So far, story is Jack Sigma going sicko mode with 11 points. All right. So let's go to halftime. And now have a game. Okay, very close game. Suns come back, win by 7 in the second quarter. Sheena, Robinson, Hayes all are doing well. Jack Sigma still's doing very good, 17 and 5. But yeah. So let's go to the fourth quarter. Or end of the third, rather. And we are having a... Okay, so Bullets still only up by 2. Truck Robinson has 21. Jack Sigma is winning this game on his own. Paul Westfall only has 9. He's 3 of 13 on shooting. So yeah, Sigma is going to have to win this for the Suns. And let's go to the middle of 6 of the second quarter, or of the fourth quarter rather, and see what the score looks like. And we are looking at 89-89. All right, so let's actually go to the play-by-play here. So Sober gets the shot in, 2-point lead for the Suns. And now Sigma's good. Substitutions. Sigma makes free throw, put him at 5. Blocked by Adams. Paul Whistle misses a shot. Robinson down. Sheener misses a shot. Offense rebound. Robinson, ooh, okay. Robinson makes 2 free throws. Sobers comes down 5-point. Corzine hits it. Corzine slows it down. 1-point game. Sobers gets it back. 1 point. Robinson with the offense rebound. He turns the ball over. Shooting foul. Williams missed both free throws. Robinson misses the low post. Williams misses another shot. Elvin Hayes. Corzine turns the ball over. Westfall hits the big 5-point win. Layup temp rolls out. Hayes steals the ball. Sheener bricks a shot. Sigma with a big shot. 7-point lead. Sigma blocks it with a minute game. Hayes misses a shot at the rim. Robinson. Sobers. Hayes misses it again. Sigma with the defensive rebound. No good shot. Hayes shoots it. Deep shot. No good. And it's in the game. And the Suns pull it off. They win by 7. Chuck Robinson did his best, but this was a game for Jack Sigma. 28 points, 13 rebounds, 4 steals, 2 blocks. Alvin Adams didn't do much offense, but he had 5 blocks. Also off the bench, Austin Carr with 16 points. And Dave Corzine needed to get off the bench for the Bullets with 16 points. But yeah, they were just a little bit better. So let's go to the standings. Yeah, really big. Okay, yeah. Yeah, let's first go to the history. Yeah, really big win for the Suns there. Impressive, actually. Yeah, I do feel bad that like we didn't seem to have win there. Actually, go to Leech history as that loads up, as it'll probably take a minute here. All right, so Sicko mode. Phoenix's first title. Was this the year that they actually? Okay, so Finals MVP was Jack Sigma. MVP in real it was Kent Boston who won 30 points. That makes sense. Yeah. Okay, so we did not make any All Star, but yeah, that's here. If you want the story of why Dino is Kareem's now a 13 All NBA player, and George Gervin just isn't at all. That's interesting. We were the second team all defense, so that's good. Outside of that, let me see here. Let's go to the awards races and see if we were in the mix for any of this stuff. That's interesting to look at. All right, so yeah, most of them was basically 6th place for defense, which is good. Anything else? Not really. That's unfortunate. So okay, looking at our roster, what worked and didn't work this year? I mean, Malone was great. So is Maurice Lucas. Dave Rocha did good. Maybe a little expensive, but still good. Ron Boone was good, but he's like, I'm going to have to try to look for some trade for him in the offseason here, just because I don't know what else like we can really do. Bob Dandridge filled in well and was a good starter. Mike Green was a very good trade. Kind of slowed down at the end of the year, but he was still really solid. Bernard King, he's really gonna have to get good next year, or I'll have to seriously think about trading him. Butch Lee was okay and like limited, like yeah. Just Gerard, like yeah, all these guys. I mean, yeah, I can honestly let them go, trade them away, see what I can do. But yeah, so, but it's time for the draft lottery. So if we go to the actual draft lottery here. So a little trick is if there's any team in the lottery that are contending, I might be able to get their draft pick if like we let go of a good player, and I think there's a good player we can possibly let go of. Yeah, I know. We're not doing great. Okay, I get that. Like we should be in a playoff contender. We just need a slightly better. I guess what the word here is. Yeah. So right. Oh my God. Seattle has a chance at the number 1 pick. This is some Lakers ending up with the pick to pick magic. Okay, Jesus Christ. And the Lakers, who have just been terrible the last couple of years. Okay, that's interesting. Anyway, let me go to the actual draft because I forgot, like, we don't have the actual lottery yet. So if we go down here to the draft. Right, okay. Yeah, okay. Until for the next couple of years, like, yeah, I guess it doesn't matter, but we'll just have to wait till the actual draft picks come up, because, yeah. And, okay, so Seattle has the number one pick. That is absolutely hilarious. Like, I have to see what this trade was. Um, yeah, let me look at their transactions. Let's see here. Let me just do trades. I'm guessing maybe it was last year? No, they had no trades last year, okay? Maybe previous year. Uh, Detroit, okay. So let me look at this pack. Okay, so Seattle got the first round draft pick, and they got away. Okay, so yeah, okay, so they basically traded away a bunch. They got a second rounder. They traded away Mike Green, who's currently with us, which is interesting, and Bob Wilkerson, who's now not that great. And Detroit, let me see, how good has Detroit been the last couple of years? Because I'm not 100% sure. Okay, I mean, yeah, they've been a terrible team, right? Because they in line for the first pick. Great job, Detroit. Really great, giving Seattle the first pick. Like, great job, guys. Gotta. Okay. So if we go into the draft. All right. So Cleveland is another team. Um. Okay, so we're at the 11th pick, so that's somewhere Cartwright Paxson. So I mean, honestly, like, there's not like a great player really available. Like maybe Cliff Robinson. But yeah, outside of him, like I can't even like really find anybody who's really worth it. Because Robinson's 19. Magic. Oh, there's Magic. I didn't realize Magic. Okay. Um, I mean, hey, Seattle. Um, let's say we give you our first rounder, and then we also give you this guy named Ron Boone. Why can I? Yeah, there we go. All right. And pros of trade. Okay. Well, what would make this work? What? Okay. So basically, we would get a whole bunch of their crap and the first round pick and a first round pick in 4 years. I mean, yeah, no. Sorry. Here. What if we yeah, let's see what okay, so all right, so let's go back to the drawing board. AKA so okay, so we can't get Magic Johnson. Hey LA, how about you guys? Um so I got the 11th pick, which is great. And how about I send you over this veteran that'll really help you win, named Ron Boone. All right, so what would make this deal work? Again, so they want Moses. Okay, so if we can't have Moses. Okay, I figured as much. All right, so let's go back to the draft. All right, so at that point, like the difference between like the number 3 pick and the number 11 pick. Oh, Larry Bird. Oof. Didn't realize Bird's. God. Let's see, Cleveland is Cleveland like. Okay, Cleveland's still in. Oh right. Let me go to. Is it team? Yeah, power rankings. There we go. Nope, that's not it. I thought there was a. I know there's a easy way to figure out who's rebuilding or not. I thought there was. But yeah, let me look at some trade proposals just see if anything pops up. I mean, yes, you'll give me Moses Malone. I get it. Right. Okay. So contending. Right. So we have Chicago's rebuilding. Uh, There's got to be an easier way to figure out which team is actually depending or not. I thought it was this. I really did think it was this. Well, here, let me do a quick run through of like the teams that are worse than us. Let's see here. Oh, yeah, let me just go do the draft real quick. Here, that's the easiest way to do this. All right, so is anybody above us in contending mode? Nope. Nope. No. All right. I mean, I know Seattle is, but they also got the freaking first pick in the draft, so yeah. So okay, one more thing. I'm just going to go to Denver. I mean, not Denver, but Cleveland, and I come in peace, guys. So, oh, that's from Indiana. That's interesting. So hey, I give you my first rounder. Okay. Oh, come on. And then we exclude Moses just so it doesn't happen as a thing. We give you Ron Boone, and let's close that trade. So what would make this deal work, guys? Ooh, okay. I mean, yeah, no, it's not worth it. Like, if there was like six great players, I would maybe think about it. But Lucas will probably be good for another year or two. But yeah, okay. Again, I might regret that not doing that trade, but yeah. I just want to see who does Seattle pick to really like. They might be like a 70 team when, like, with Magic on the roster and everybody else, like, assuming like their team doesn't fall apart as far as like bad progs. Yeah, that's what I figured. Okay. And who does LA pick up? It would be hilarious if they pick Bird. I don't think they will, but I would find it absolutely hilarious. Okay. Ooh, okay. Um, interesting. Okay. 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 Um, let's just see what people offer for our pick. And here, we'll even throw in Ron Boone. And let's just see what we get back as options. Um, okay. I mean, I want picks for this year, which is not really happening, which is unfortunate. I mean, we can move up a single like pick, which is wait, no, that would still be moving down a pick. All right. Well, actually, if we don't care, yeah, the unfortunate thing is like, yeah, there's nobody really worth it here. Yeah, no, I mean, that wouldn't be terrible because we're basically risking Russell being a year younger. We're, you know something? This might be actual. Well, let me just make sure. Okay, like, because it saves us some money. it gives us a draft pick. Let me go back to the draft real quick because now I need to double check. Let me see if they're still asking for the same thing now that they're okay. So no, you're not getting Moses, but I will give you Boone and our first rounder. And hey, as a bonus, I'll even give you our second rounder for next year. Okay, will we make this deal work? Yeah, no. Like, nope. All right. So go back to the draft one more time. So assuming people pick who's left over, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th. So this would be the like sort of range of people we're at. So it really wouldn't matter whether we pick 11th or 13th. So let's just see if we get the same options if we just trade away our pick. Like nothing else extra. Let's see what options we get if we just trade away our pick. Okay, first round pick 16th, 15th, 21st, 17th, 13th. Okay. I mean, yeah, sure. Actually, this looks good. Because Russell can be an extra, like, veteran player. Like, if he's crap, okay, so be it. Let me just make. Is his contract. Okay, his contract is up next season. Yeah. Honestly. Could we maybe just, not have Brad Davis as an option? Like, because he's crap and I don't want him. So, yeah. All right, so we've moved down 2 picks in the draft. Call me Bill Belichick. All right, so honestly, let me just sim to yeah, their pick. Come on, you can load up. You can do it. I have faith. All right. Ooh, okay. So they did pick Bert. All right. So yeah, I don't really care who I lose here. So like, yeah, I'm not that upset. So yeah, let me see here. All right. So let's give ourselves an extra year of possible. Um, yeah. Only difference between him and everybody else he's a year younger. So let's do that. Cy Williams, welcome to the St. Louis Spirit, or the Spirit of St. Louis. All right, so we got another second rounder. Literally, best potential here is Greg Dune. So yeah, again, doesn't really matter since there's no great players left over. So there we go. All right, so there we go. Let's move on to our resign. Okay, so now we got some expiring contracts to possibly trade. Um, all right, so we have nobody trade, but let's see here. All right, so let's look at our roster and see if there's anybody we can possibly get rid of. Yeah. Okay. So, um, yeah. All right. So it's time to trade away a poo-poo platter of people and see if we can get absolutely anything for them. We got these four guys. They're all pretty cheap, and we'll see if we get absolutely anything interesting back as far as trade proposals. We might throw in a second rounder just to see if anybody bites on that. All right, so we got one. Ooh, okay. So, um, honestly, yeah, and we want youth here. So, which is unfortunate because we're not looking at any youth. I mean, I think we can deal with like some age if it's a contract that expires in 1980. So, but not 81. I mean, Barnes, he's a 46 out of 46. He did well last year. This might be the best option. Yeah, this I'm just not going to do. That's way too expensive. Yeah, honestly, ooh, no, 46, 46 is just not enough. I want like at least high 40s for this. So what happens if we throw in our second rounder from, let's say, actually, let's throw in our second rounder. So hopefully in 2 seasons we'll be a strong playoff team. Okay, not really a difference. Honestly, most of this is just same trades with slightly more people thrown in. Honestly, ooh, no, that's way too much money. I mean, a lot of this is just trading the same player. Okay, so we got a couple 46s, 41s, and a 44. 49, yeah, that's way too expensive. Bunch of 43s, 47, 49, 41, 44. That's sort of basically the same thing. Eh, I think this is actually worth it because I don't want to spend I don't want to actually add a bunch of money to our current contract. So where are Everett and Gillum actually did well last season, but I do not trust those like actually coming over next season. So yeah, actually let's go with where was Roundfield, Smith, Yemi. Worst case, if they're total crap, we can just trade away next year and then go from there. Come on, come on, you can do it. Okay, yeah. Just a complete hope. And look, there's a semi decent shot. At least maybe one of those players will like be better. But there we go. All right. Then if we go back to resigning players, we have nobody actually coming up, which is going to be interesting next year when like half our roster's up. Yeah. Let's just go to free agency. We'll see who's actually open and available for free agency. And this might be only end up being a 1 year video just because it took a lot longer than I thought. All right, so actually not that many great players in free agency, unfortunately. Lanier and Collins are sort of like the only big players, and everybody else is sort of like a bench player, which makes I don't want to I want a 50, but I don't want to honestly, yeah, I'm not interested in is there anybody with high potential available for cheap? Let's see here. 4452 is not worth 360. 47, 48. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, there's really nobody. Yeah, like the Lanier was with, has been with. Okay, so wow, he got traded away. So he, um, right. So he was with the Knicks last year after being traded away a bit. And then Doug Collins was with. Okay, so he started with Philadelphia and got traded to the Lakers. Interesting. All right, so we'll see where he goes. Because yeah, like I'm not. I mean, yeah, maybe there's some possibilities. Like if I see anybody available after a week, like and their number is down. But like, yeah, I see no reason really to actually do much else with this. And yeah, come on. Okay, so Doug Collins is a Denver Nugget. Okay, so he'll, yeah. All right, so they were already a title contender. And Bob Lanier ends up going to Boston. Oof, okay. Rich get richer. And let me just do a week and see if there's anybody of interest I want to sign. Okay, honestly, Derek Dickey, 70K. Um, you're worth a flyer. There we go. Okay, so now we have a roster, and let's see what next season looks like. I'm hoping for a lot of green here, but I'm expecting a lot of not. Okay. Oof. Sly Williams. Okay, so Derek Dickey was a bust as a signing. Maurice Lucas is unfortunate. Cassie Russell, I mean, that's what I sort of expected. He's 36. Ron Boone fell through the. Like, yeah, I should have traded him away. I should have just traded him away for the pick. Well, I can trade him away for the pick because, yeah, okay. Bob Dandridge, oof. Okay. Mike Green, oof. Bernard King, though, is a starter. Ron Carter, yeah, okay. That was not great. Okay, so let me just actually. Okay, so we got Greg Dean, who's not worth anything. George Chami, who's not worth anything. Willie Smith, who was part of who's part of that trade with Seattle. Um, in Roundfield, yeah, okay. So lots of crap here. Bernard King, though, if he's not good this year, it might be like a total waste of time. Cassie Russell, you are a sometime. Okay, so okay, um, that's rough. Like a person who like played like might like negative minutes is now our sixth man. Mike Green went from a guy who could be maybe a part-time starter to just a total loss. Um, Ron Boone is barely a starter. Yeah, I don't know about this. Honestly, what options do we get if we do Ron Boone, Cassie Russell, Bob Dandridge, in our first rounder this year? And we get back Calvin Murphy, who is a legitimate starter. Okay. Well, okay. First, let's try if we just trade away Ron Boone. I'm going to guess it gets a lot worse. Yeah. Okay. It's total crap. Okay. Maybe next year's first rounder. What does that look like? Bobby Jones, who's 29 and really expensive. We'll get back some sixth rounders. Dave Myers, who's cheap and a 53, whose contract runs out this year, so we'll have to pay him. Campy Russell, who's 28 and a 56. We need a starting guard though. Dan Issel, who's a yeah. I want somebody who's under 30 though. I mean, that's interesting that George Griffin is available. Probably not the best idea though. But yeah, I mean, we want to Julius Irving, who's a 57. So okay, this is just a team throwing away everything, which is interesting. But yeah, no, I don't think. I mean, it's worth a shot. Like, okay, so let's actually think here. Well, I didn't even notice there's two 50. Okay, so Cleveland would give us an actual like working bench plus two starters in the form of Campy Russell and Raymond Townsend. Burger, I mean, like that's, but like yeah, we're already above the luxury tax, so I want to avoid that. Even though it doesn't really matter. I mean, Bridgman and Davis would be two starters, making only okay money. Irving and McGinnis would be. I mean, I mean, oh God. I mean, is it worth it? Because at that point we have like we'll have a total roster of starters, and with these guys, like yeah. So going out would be 1.4, 1.8 million, and we would be sending over 330, about eight. So we'd be bringing another million with Irving and McGinnis. It's 1.3, and we're sending out basically a million. Honestly, let's risk it. Like, hey, now let's. Hey, how about our 3 years out? How about that? Okay. I mean, I tried, but yeah, okay. Wait, no, you just literally. Okay, hold on. Let's back to our trade. You just. God. See, that's one bad thing about this game is that, like, literally the trade they offer you is not, like, something. Okay, here, let me go back to roster. I'm going to be mad if now we can't, like, do that same trade. I mean, I'll blame it on myself, but yeah. All right, so 1981, Dandridge, and Cassie Russell, after trade proposals. All right, yeah, let's do this. All right, we now have a roster of Moses Malone, Julius Irving, George McGinnis, Dave Roches, Bernard King. We have a six-man Maurice Lewis. We have Ron Carter as a six-man. All these guys, and that's where we are. So this we're going to stop after one very long season, and either this is a disaster, and we might get fired because I think there's no way we actually pull off um, a profit this season, or we actually get to the playoffs with basically like six people and a whole bunch of trash. That's it for now. If you enjoyed this, go ahead and give a like. Comment below what you're liking and not liking. And subscribe to the channel for more wacky stuff like this. My TW 2020 series, my Victoria 3 series, Crusader Kings 3, and of course, some Journey of Wrestling. But that's it for now. So talk to you later, and adios. Have a good one.